is this game for you guys against Oklahoma?
This is a huge opportunity for us. Something that's been in the back of our heads all year. Big game, obviously, and we're looking forward to having a good week of practice. To get ready for it.
You guys went into that game on Saturday without Oliver and Omar, and then lose Xavier. And what was that like, I guess, as the game went on? And how do you think your group handled being down that 3 guys?
Yeah, I think we responded really well, and that's just kind of what it is with our receiving core. We got a pretty deep receiving core, and we all try to prepare like we're gonna be starters. Because a guy can go down at any time, so it's important to be ready when your number is called.
You grow up as sort of a student of college football. Did you watch like Nebraska, Oklahoma, sort of these helmet games of known teams? Did you get into that as a kid?
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with Nebraska, growing up in Oregon, but yeah, I was aware of the Nebraska, Oklahoma, and then also Nebraska versus Miami, back then. So yeah, those were a few of the games that I paid attention to.
How much patience do you have to have in a game as a receiver? Like in your case on Saturday, 2 catches, all big plays, but you kind of got to wait for that moment sometimes to strike. Maybe a big play's in your back pocket, but does that require a certain mental patience? I guess?
Yeah, definitely. You got to be patient as a receiver and as a football player in general. Obviously you want to go out there and have a bunch of catches, bunch of touchdowns, make plays, but you gotta. It really just comes down to doing your job, And if you do your job every play, plays are gonna find you.
What kind of role do you think the threat of a deep passing game that you guys showed on Saturday have in opening things up for your running backs?
Yeah, running game and passing game is something that goes hand in hand. Obviously, if we can make plays over the top. Keep a defense honest, it's going to open up the run game. And it's the same thing vice versa. If we can run the ball down their throats, that's going to open up deep passes, play action, whatever you want to call it.
You see that play out even in the game Saturday where maybe you had some one-on-one coverage that helped allow those big plays. And as the game went on, that was no longer there for you?
Yeah. I mean, we established the run, throughout the game, kind of slowly, I would say, but – we established it, and then they slowly started to, load the box a little bit and play man and give us the matchups we want on the outside.
I know you got asked about punt returning after the game. I can't remember what exactly you said, but when did you start kind of working on that here? Was that something right away, or did that just happen the last couple of weeks or weeks?
It's something that just happened the last couple of weeks, I would say. Coach just wanted a bunch of guys, getting reps, catching the ball, just in case. And, got my opportunities.
We've asked you about being the pitch guy and some of that option stuff, but how much fun has it been to see that sort of then the wrinkles off of that and start, building that out and doing different things?
Yeah, it's been really good. Like I've said before, it just is something that keeps the defense honest. The more looks we can give them, the more they got to prepare for, come game time. So, having that pitch option, sometimes we'll open things up the middle, and if they plug it up the middle, then we can take the option to the outside. So it's been something that's been good for our offense, and I'm excited to keep it going.
How extensive is your background as a punt returner?
I mean, not too extensive. I punt returned a little bit in high school. At Montana, I was always catching punts, in practice every day. I think I had 1 or 2 punt returns in a game, but I have experience catching the ball. That's really what matters for us.
Samori, you guys are 22-point underdogs. What gives you the belief that you can shock the world?
Just in our preparation, and what type of team would we be if we didn't believe? We're always going to have belief in ourselves. I have belief in our teammates and our coaches and in our game plan, and just all the work that we put in throughout the off season. How we've bounced back from that game 1 and had 2 really strong games. I see no reason why, we can't go in there and shock the world.
You have to play it perfect to do that.
I wouldn't say we have to play a perfect game. But we definitely have to be, definitely dialed in on everything, and we can't beat ourselves. That's one thing that we can't do. I won't say we have to play an absolutely perfect game, but we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. We gotta play discipline. That's for sure.
What have you seen out of Oklahoma? What impresses you? Their secondary, their defense?
Really their speed on defense is something that is really impressive. It seems like they have speed all over the field. Got a lot of good athletes, and they play a lot of man from what I've seen. So that excites me. But yeah, really just their speed and athleticism is probably their strengths.
What does it take to when you're playing tight man coverage, which they will at times play? What's the key in winning those battles, those one-on-one battles?
Just little things, the things that we work on as receivers all the time. Footwork, getting the hands off, just stuff we do every day in one-on-ones. It really simplifies the game. It's just me versus you, and who's gonna win.
Other questions?